Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to Aviary Attorney, where we have apparently been recruited to help put down a revolution, which I'm not at all certain I actually want to do, but if Judge Romulus, as we saw in the cinematic, is involved in it, then perhaps it's a good idea. We've got so many places to visit. I think our first stop should almost certainly be to see the private investigator. However, we can go to Les Halles without using the whole day, so perhaps we should go there and just see what's going on in that location. Here for some shopping, are we? Oh, we got 120 francs. Nice. Or is it interview time? I guess this is as good a place to ask about the rebel uprisings as anywhere else. Actually, I was thinking of Mademoiselle Signy. I know she's not here now, but the area just reminds me of her. We did everything we could, Falcon. Well, that's not entirely true. We did everything that we knew to do. That is certainly a fact. Yes, I know. It's just... Justice wasn't on our side that day. Justice never seems to be on our side. Don't get angsty on me. Come on, let's focus on the investigation. We need to get to the bottom of this uprising nonsense. Yes. Well, that was not super helpful. Let's go see if Monsieur Reynard can help us. So what voice should we give Monsieur Fox now that he's no longer being Spanish? Let's see. Well, this is most unexpected. Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson, I believe this is our first time meeting without disguises or pretenses, as it were. Oh, but first thing first. Mousy, would you kindly fetch our guests some tea? Oh, of course, Monsieur Fabrice, of course. Messieurs, what sort of tea would you like? Chamomile? Darjeeling, maybe? Chamomile makes you sleepy, right? We need to be awake. Maybe coffee? Of course, he didn't offer coffee. Yeah, give us some coffee. I don't suppose you have any coffee, do you? Heresy. Now, Mousy, if our guests prefer coffee to tea, that's not for us to judge. I suppose they will be wanting milk and sugar, too. Oh, yes, 3 spoonfuls would be lovely. You have no taste at all. I do apologize for Mousy. He's quite opinionated when it comes to matters of hot drinks. I can't blame him. It's an important issue. Let's get down to business. What is it that you two came here for? We just have a couple of questions. Have you heard of the Croque Monsieur? And no, we aren't talking about the sandwich, unfortunately. The Croque Monsieur. Are you referring to the black market salesman? The man who claims to be able to procure anything, no matter how illegal? Yes, that sounds exactly like the person we're looking for. Do you know him? Me, personally? No, monsieur. I just know of his vile reputation. I see. Then do you have any idea how we can find him? Meeting the Croque Monsieur face to face is not easy. The man doesn't make himself known to just anybody, after all. I know. I shall do a little investigative work of my own. Come back in 3 days, and I will tell you where and when you can find the Croque Monsieur. That's an enormous help. Thank you so much, Monsieur Volpes. Of course, there is a price. A price? It is just a small fee, a mere 30 francs. Hey, we saved your derriere over that Prince One business. Is this any way to show your gratitude? Monsieur Vulpes, you must understand that this is no personal errand. We are investigating on behalf of king and country. I'm sure your intentions are noble, Monsieur Falcon, but I am running a business here. A fox has to eat. 30 francs, and I guarantee I will find you the croque monsieur. That's my final offer. What do you say? Yeah, I think we should do it. Here you go, monsieur. Oh, very good. As I promised, return in 3 days or later, and I will tell you where the croque monsieur can be found. Rest assured that I will undertake my end of the bargain with care and diligence. I expect nothing less. Thank you, Monsieur Vulpes. It is my pleasure. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Have you heard of an uprising? Monsieur Vulpes, have you heard any rumors of an uprising? Of course. These days a man can't walk into a tavern without hearing angry men whispering about violence and revolt. I dare say that Paris may find itself in the midst of yet another revolution before the end of winter. But what can you tell us about the dissenters specifically? Do you know where they are meeting? I'm afraid I only know what you can read in the papers, monsieur. I know anti-government protesters were meeting out in the open until the government clamped down on large public banquets. With the banquets gone, who knows where the dissenters went? I see. Perhaps I can assist you with something else. No. If you do what you have promised, that shall be sufficient, I think. That's all. Have a pleasant day, Monsieur Vulpes. As to you, messieurs. Guess we didn't get our coffee after all. The tea's ready, Monsieur Vulpes. It's ready. I'm afraid you're too slow, Mousie. Oh, bother. All right, well, at least that seems to have been productive. So, where else would be a good place to find information about a revolution? The Fox mentioned that you can't go into a pub or a tavern, I can't remember the exact word he used, without hearing angry men talking about revolution, so perhaps Le Canard Joyeux? No, no drinking. Bad Falcon. Calm down, Sparrowson. I'm just here for information. Taverns are the first place people go to moan about the government. Therefore, they are perfect rebel breeding grounds. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, it's you two again. What will it be today? Wine or beer? I'm afraid it's just questions for now, Madame Cornell. We're looking for a man called the Croque Monsieur. Have you seen him? No, that name don't sound familiar at all. Okay, have you heard any of your patrons bad-mouthing the government? Of course, this is a tavern, hun. If people couldn't come here to grope and talk politics, where else could they go? I kind of hope that's a typo and means gripe and not grope, though I guess that did and maybe even still does go on in taverns. That's true, but has anyone stood out? Well, just between you and me, the pair on the drinking floor have been acting very shifty. Now, I'm not saying they are or they aren't rebels, but they're doing far too much talking and not enough drinking, if you know what I mean. I think I do. Thank you, madam. Let's see where to go. Well, she said the drinking room, so let's go there. Not very willing to lose more francs and blackjack. Oh, these two? I don't remember these two's voices. And that's when the mademoiselle told me to put the order in. No idea where she's going to keep them, though. Guess that'll do. Pierrot, you know she hates being called mademoiselle. You're going to get stuck with guard duty again. Oh, right you are. The madam it is then. Wait, she ain't married, is she? So why do we have to call her madam? Why don't you ask her yourself? No way. She would straight up eat me alive if I asked that directly. Wait, hush up. Do you smell that? It smells like eavesdroppers. Can I help you, messieurs? What were you talking about? What were you two just talking about before we rudely interrupted? Well, I would like to include you in our conversation, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think that's any of your business. It is our business. We want to join the rebels. As a matter of fact, it is our business, you see. We want to fight alongside the rebels. We do? Hush, Sparrowson. Listen here, you. Hold on, Pierrot. Let me handle this. Listen, messieurs. I have seen you two around a couple of times. We're acquaintances, I suppose. Now, I don't know who you are, but I do know that your line of work involves a fair amount of investigation. Therefore, I must assume that you're some sort of detective or prosecutor. Am I far off the mark? Well, as I thought. Now, I don't claim to be part of any secret rebel alliance. I've never heard of such a thing. But if I were a member of any such hypothetical group, I would not allow the entry of a man of the law like yourself, understood? Damn, that's a solid shutdown. Yes, now try asking something else. What about the crop, monsieur? Or have I ruined everything by asking about the rebels first? Monsieur, have you heard of a man called... Falcon, wait! There's a slight chance that these guys might be rebels, right? So, if we ask directly, they might be scared off. Is this Sparrowson using tact and finesse? Good point. I'll try to keep it subtle. Yeah, where did you get that rifle? That seems like something a black market person would deal in, firearms, right? Monsieur, I see you are carrying a rifle. Evidently. Who manufactured it? Oh, good question. See, most hunters around here are carrying old French Charlevelles, but this beauty is something special. See, it's American, from the Springfield Armory, model 1812, percussion lock firing mechanism. An American musket, you say? That's certainly quite special. It must have been hard to procure. It's true that you can't buy guns of this quality from standard street sellers, but if you know the right people... Please go on. Well... Okay, listen carefully. You didn't hear it from me, but to meet the croque monsieur. Yes? Actually, it would be foolish for me to explain in public. It would be much easier if you just take this. A book? The Book of Judges. What is this, some sort of law book? The book's subject is not important. Just take it. Something inside, maybe some pages carved out? Oh, I see. It's the Book of Judges from the Bible. Old Testament stories of God smiting people and stuff. I appreciate the gift, monsieur, but I'm not religious. Falcon, don't be so dense. Nor am I. Then why are you... Just take it, you idiot. Bible books are what we used to pass around them code phrases, don't we? Code phrases? Pierrot, please. I'm trying to be low-key, and I can't do that if you're mouthing off with that big beak of yours. Right you are. Try to forget about what my friend said. Just with a little searching, and with the contents of that good book, you should be able to get what you desire. Is that a religious metaphor? No, monsieur. I'm being very literal. Okay. How do we investigate said book? Well, thank you very much for the gift, monsieur. But to be honest, I have no idea how this is supposed to lead me to our gun salesman. Ah, I see. Well, I hear there is an excellent friar who performs Bible readings at Notre Dame Cathedral. Perhaps if you show the man your new book, he will be able to find you a particularly spiritual passage. Are you sure that this isn't all a religious metaphor? I feel like you're trying to convert me. I assure you, I am as secular as they come, monsieur. Friar at Notre Dame Cathedral. Thank you, monsieur. I'll make a note. Was there anything else you wanted? No, that's all. Thank you, fellas. Thank you for your assistance, messieurs. It's nothing. Get out of here already. You two seem like decent fellows. You shouldn't get involved in this rebellion business. Just do whatever you need to do with the croque monsieur and get out of Paris. That's what a smart person would do. So you're saying you two aren't smart people? I appreciate the advice, monsieur. It's a good thing we aren't smart people either, right? Guess we should take a look up here just to make sure there's no information. Bruh, the big fellow has returned. Here to play some cards, monsieur. Not today. I'm afraid I don't have time for that, monsieur. I have some investigative work to take care of. No, goodbye. Alright, let's get out of here. Are we ready to hit the road? Yes. Let's make a move. Alright, the days certainly are flying by, aren't they? Still, we'll take a whole day to visit Le Canard Joyer. Well, it's only been one day since we talked to R&M Associates. Is there any reason to go? Oh, there is a cinematic at Les Coques. Let's see what that's about. That's a new location, too. Almost missed that. What a view. You can see the July column so clearly from up here. Ah, Cocorico, you're here already. You have news about the croque monsieur? Or is this about the other matter? Here you go, as requested. The full register of those who entered Paris Law School, and the full list of graduates. Are you investigating Falcon? Very good. Let's take a look. Now, could you please tell me what this is about, Inspector? What exactly are you looking for? Look at this list of graduates. Do you see any names you recognize? Well, I see my own, class of 1837, and I see that moronic prosecutor Rupert Rabington under the class of 1846. Oh, and there's J.J. Falcon's name under the class of 1832. Very good. Now, take a look at this register page from 1829. See anything amiss? Well, I don't see JJ's name, but I'm not quite sure what that implies, Inspector. The explanation is simple. J.J. Falcon changed his name sometime between 1829 and 1832, right around the time of the July Revolution. It's already been established, hasn't it? Even Cocorico knows what his original name was, as he alluded to his grandfather. And why would he do that? Why indeed? Monsieur Cocorico, you and I are roosters. We are birds of justice, birds of French national pride. You are a freaking speciesist, Valerty. Not only are you incompetent, but you are letting prejudice color everything you look at. But Falcon, he is a bird of prey. It is in his very nature to draw his talons and lash out at those around him. I have no doubt that, when the pressure arises,
he will show his true colors.
I'm not sure if I agree with your personality assessment, Inspector. I have always suspected that JJ was a buffoon, an imbecile, and a troglodyte, but never would I describe him as a person of malice.
Huh. Time will tell.
Do you need me for anything else, Inspector? Or shall I continue my investigation into the croque monsieur? It's no wonder Valerity's made no progress on his investigation of this matter if all he does is follow his own ingrained imbecilic prejudices.
There's one more thing. Take this.
A pistol? No thank you, Inspector.
These are dangerous times. If you face a violent threat, you cannot hope to defend yourself with that riding crop of yours.
I'm well aware. I just find that these ghastly things tend to escalate situations rather than mitigate them, as is still the case today.
That's what everyone says during peacetime. Take it. Thank me when it saves your hide.
Fine, I'll keep hold of it.
Well, Monsieur Cocorico, you have been most helpful.
I'm just doing my duty. Good day, Inspector. Well. Very informative, yes? So we're supposed to go to Notre Dame to see a friar. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the grand atrium of Notre Dame Cathedral. Scaffolding lines much of the crumbling outer wall. Unperturbed, a handful of devotees are silently kneeled in thought.
Here for a little prayer, are we, Falcon? I had no idea you were the religious type.
Don't be silly. I'm following up on Fontaine's lead. We must find our mystery friar.
You think that hunched-over fellow over there? I bet it's him. He looks super suspicious.
It could be. Let's show some tact.
Excuse me, Monsieur Friar.
Do you know what tact is, Sparrowson? Oh, okay. So, this is the brother of the judge, Remus and Romulus. Makes sense.
Welcome, my brothers, welcome. All are welcome under the roof of the house of God. Are you here to confess your sins, or perhaps you wish to join in our services?
Actually, Friar, we're here because...
Falcon! That friar! He looks eerily familiar.
We're all aware, Sparrowson. We're all very aware. Now that you mention it, he does look a little like that guy who delivers our post, doesn't he? Oh, Falcon.
What? No, that's not what I meant. And how does he look anything like our postman? Am I going mad?
No, but you should be going silent.
Your friend appears to be upset.
Don't mind him. He's just in a huff because he thinks you look like the judge we once met.
Judge Romulus? I get that all the time. I'm his twin brother, you see. Oh, good. I'm not going mad.
Friar, would you say that you had a good relationship with Romulus?
We were close, but as you may have heard, he got in trouble with the law recently. I haven't seen him in weeks.
I see. I didn't mean to pry.
It's no trouble, but tell me, why are you here, my brothers?
Oh, right. Well, we have a couple of questions. What is with the scaffolding? What's with all the scaffolding? Is some sort of construction work going on?
That's right. A little repair, a little renovation. It's no secret that the cathedral has seen better days. The cult of reason did a lot of damage back in the days of the Revolution. But now we're well on our way to restoring this holy place to its former glory. The cult of reason? The religion of Christianity? Hey, Falcon, what's the difference between a religion and a cult?
Don't be rude, Sparrowson.
Oh, don't worry, my brother. I understand how it is. To a young person, all ideologies look like gobbledygook in different packaging, don't they? Pretty much. Then maybe you'll come to learn the differences as you grow up. I promise, some ideologies are worth following to the very end. But let's not talk anymore about cults and ideologies. Did you want anything else?
Could you take a look at this book? Friar, we have something that we would like to show you. Could you take a look at this? We heard that you could give, special passage readings.
Oh, I see. You have your own copy of the Book of Judges. I think you will find chapter 15, verse 2 to be particularly enlightening.
Let's see. Chapter 15, verse 2.
This chapter follows the journey of Samson, the heroic judge with divine strength. In this part of the scripture, Samson is confronted by the men who are angered by Samson's notion of justice. Please, could you read the passage?
Okay. 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Etam. They said to Samson, "Knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us?" And Samson said unto them, "As they did unto me, so have I done unto them."
As they did unto me, so have I done unto them. A beautiful sentence. Wouldn't you agree?
It's poetic, I guess, since we're trying to get on this guy's good side. It's poetic. A beautiful summation of justice.
You understand the passage. That's delightful to hear. Yes, Samson was a great judge. Not a judge of today, who sits on a high chair and files endless paperwork, but an old judge, a holy judge, a shofet.
I don't know what the word shofet means, unless that's supposed to be prophet. Oh, well, apparently not. Let's look that up really quick. Okay, so it's literally the Hebrew word for judge, so that makes sense.
Shofets were to be admired and feared. They made their own judgments and dispensed with their own punishments. Oh, I'm starting to ramble, aren't I? Okay, let's get back to the point. The key word of the day is Etam. That's the name of the cave where Samson hid, the rock of Etam.
Etam, got it. I'll make a note.
It's like backwards mate, but I'm confused. What do we do with this keyword?
That is for you to learn on your own, my brothers. You appear to be intelligent. I am sure that if you put your faith in the right people, you can uncover the truth.
We'll see what we can do.
Is there anything else I can help you with today? Perhaps you wish to make a confession?
No thank you. We would prefer to get away from you as quickly as possible, probably. Thank you for your time, Friar.
Go in peace, my brothers.
Okay. So I think now that we have the clock face again, we can go back and see Monsieur Vulpes and see what he has found. Monsieur Vulpes, you've managed to dig up some good information, I trust.
There is good news and there is
Bad news. Let's hear the good news. I found a way you can meet the croque-monsieur. He lurks around the Rue des Marmosettes on Friday evening.
The Rue des Marmosettes? Oh, the Monkey Road by Notre Dame.
That seems simple enough. So what's the bad news?
The croque monsieur refuses to speak with anyone who does not know a secret password.
Well, we just so happen to know a secret password. Whether it's the secret password is a whole nother thing.
And I'm afraid I was unable to procure that particular password.
I see. That is a problem.
I apologize that I could not be of more help.
It's no problem at all, monsieur. You've given us a fantastic lead. Rue de Marmosets on Friday. I'll be there.
And I think we know what the password is.
Well, my impression of Falcon has certainly been turned on its head in this act. Apparently, he is much more dense than I had thought he was.
We do.
Come on, Falcon. Don't be a bird brain.
I shan't delay you two any longer. I'm sure you have a lot of investigative work to do. That we do. Thanks for all your help, Monsieur Vulpes.
All right. So, that is quite a ways away. It is Sunday, so we've got 5 days until Friday. Baron Wergel resides at Chateau Crenier. Why would we go back to see the Baron? Huh. Could we help get him off? Well, either way, we've got a lot of choices of where to go and several days to spend searching these things out, but that will need to wait until the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below, and of course subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.